Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Aliens Ultimate Edition Xenomorph Warrior. I guess he's a warrior, right? Does it say on here if he's actually officially a warrior? I don't think it does, but I think he is. I'm not the biggest Xenomorph buff, but I'm pretty sure that's what this guy is, right? Whatever. It's an updated version of this guy, and it looks pretty cool and has some cool accessories. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands with his knees bent a little bit and a little bit of a hunch, about 21 centimeters, which makes him just about 8, let's say 8¼ inches. And of course, you can straighten him up to make him a little bit taller. It depends on how you pose him, but I think most people have a little bit of bend in the knee. As far as the paint job goes on this guy, it looks really, really nice. It has that kind of turquoise-ish blue on top of the black, which is pretty standard. And we do have a little bit of this brownish tan color that's throughout, and it really makes the figure pop. Basically, all of these little accordion-style sections on him have the brown up along the top of the carapace up here too. A little bit in the jaw, the ribs. Very, very nicely looking. Very nice looking, nicely painted. We have the silver for the claws, for the fingers and the toes, and then the teeth. And then the little mouth thingy, what is that thing called? The little mouth, I think that's what it's called, is a different color as well with the silver teeth. Very nicely executed. All around a really cool looking figure. As far as accessories go, we have the two different versions of the, what's this little version called? I don't remember. But then we have the face hugger. So we have the little version of the face hugger, and then we also have the egg. Those are all nicely done. No, nothing really special there, but they look good. And then as far as the figure goes, the articulation is not too bad. We have some tubers up here, so be careful. You don't want to rip on them or anything, but they're nice. I like that they're there, and they don't really get in the way too much, but the head doesn't have the best range. I think we've seen better. It seems to be on a double ball peg, but you don't really get too much out of it. You're going to be able to rotate it some, but the tubers are at a severe risk of breaking, so be very, very careful when you're posing this guy's head. The jaw, of course, is hinged. So that's kind of nice, and then as you saw, the little mouth can come out, or you can just leave it in there, and that's pretty good. I like that. For the shoulders, we have our swivel hinge, which comes up almost horizontally. We do have rotation, but of course this curvature up here will limit that, but you still get pretty good range out of it. You have a double jointed elbow, which bends really nicely, but it also gives you a swivel at the top and at the bottom, so that will help with some posability, but the double jointed bend is really good. You can pretty much get it up to 180 if you get both joints to work properly. If they want to go, sometimes they don't want to go. I can't get the top joint to go, but either way, you can see really good range, no problems at all really. That's fine. And then for the wrist, we have our swivel and our hinge. Hinge doesn't want to go. What the heck? This guy's fighting me here. I can't get that hinge to work. So let's try this one. This one works no problem. So that one's just stuck, but we do have the hinge and the swivel, and then we have another hinge for the main knuckle, so that's pretty cool. For the torso, let's see, some of these guys have a really nice diaphragm joint. This is one of them. He's really well articulated in the torso. Very, very nicely done. For the hips, it's your standard ball hinge. They are somewhat connected though. Same problems we've seen in the past. This is a soft piece, but it's not that soft, so I wouldn't flex it too much. But you can bring the legs up a little bit, bring them back a little bit, out to the side, basically full on splits for going to the side. You do get a thigh swivel in there. Double jointed knees. This first one is a rotation also. Second one is just your basic hinge, but really good range. And then for the ankles, it's a big old ball peg with pretty good range. One of their better ball pegs I've seen. So that's good. And then lastly, we have a toe hinge, which is actually pretty stiff and maybe useful. So ultimately, no pun intended, it's a really solid xenomorph. If you're into collecting xenomorphs, this is probably one you want to have. It looks nice, and it's really nicely articulated. And it does have a bendy tail. Can't forget about the bendy tail. Unlimited articulation in the tail. But yeah, this guy's definitely a solid release for all you Xenomorph fans. I like it. I think you will too. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a whole bunch. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to do that too, because I do have new videos up just about every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Don't smack the table when you're balancing a figure on little tiny toes. And in the meantime, keep collecting.